Hey guys, Sandy here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a couple of series. Now you guys know I don't combine series a lot, but this time I thought it was completely appropriate. So we are doing Follow a Sketch Friday and Mixed Media Mayhem. So this is the sketch. It's by Susan Stringfellow. It's a 4x6 photo, some journaling, some layers, and something going on there. So for our Mixed Media Mayhem, we have to use glitter, stamping, and vellum. So I'm going to use a background stamp. I've pulled out this Silver Star vellum that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and my glitter glaze is right over to the side. So let's see what I can do. Alright guys, so this collection that I'm scrapbooking with is the Cocoa Vanilla Studio No Limits collection, and it's kind of a spaced themed layout. However, my plan was not to really use this as a space themed layout, and of course it ended up veering so very spacey, and so I switched out my Lego downtown Disney photo, which I guess is now Disney Springs down there, to some Rise of the Resistance photos. It just kind of happened, and I'm okay with that. Right? Like, the Rise of the Resistance photos need to be scrapped just like the Lego needed to be scrapped. So I'm getting layouts done, and that's what matters. So I have this background paper, and it is a darker background paper. And I decided to pull out this kind of grungy-esque kind of background stamp from Brutus Monroe. It is a retired background stamp. It's called Scratch Background. So if it's in your stash, then this is what it does. I went ahead and used some white pigment ink in Alabaster. This is also from Brutus Monroe. And I'm just kind of zhuzhing up my background here a little bit. I want it to do a little bit of something on there so that it didn't feel spacey. Like, I'm still in the we're not going to make this spacey kind of mood. So I have this down here, and then as you can see, it does just look like there's some distressed kind of grunginess going on this background. And I am off trying to find a stamp. And I kept going to the stars, but like I said, didn't want to do stars. Like, I'm trying not to do the outer space theme here. So I find this stamp. Now, I don't remember if this is like a dollar stamp that you used to be able to get at Michael's, or if it was some other thing. I honestly have no idea. But I am going to also pull out a Catherine Pooler ink in purple. And I pulled out the Catherine Pooler ink because I knew that it was a dark, deep color that you would still be able to see over this kind of like navy blue almost to black background that I have going on over here. So I knew that I was going to cover up the center of my layout because in the sketch there is a couple of layers of rectangles in here. So I just stamped kind of around the outside of my layout, just because I knew that those little starbursty things would be poking through. Now, I also cut down this paper right here, and this is where it goes super outer spacey. I don't know what I was thinking at this point, but yeah, it's still super outer spacey. So I went ahead and used that scratch background stamp again on this paper, and I wanted to bring some of the purple in the background forward a little bit. Because this white paper just was too stark against the stamping that I had in the background. So now I'm going to figure out where exactly this is going to go, and I put it over here just slightly off center, so it's a tiny little bit more to the right than it is to the left. So now I need to create that banner across the kind of bottom third of the layout. So I wanted to use this kind of grayish teal gray, whatever color it is. But then I saw this and I was like, oh, I want to use this label. So I cut off the label without any regard to how long this piece of paper actually was. And then I had to use this little dot paper that I had cut off of the cut apart because I was going to use that because I think it's a cool piece of paper. And I had to layer my piece down here. So this is where I'm like, all right, this is not going to work for Legos anymore. I probably even should have changed out my stencil into stars and really just embraced the whole Star Wars theme. But I had pulled out the stencil already, and I kind of love this stencil. This was the July 2022 stencil of the month. And if you were a stencil of the month subscriber in July, you got this stencil. And I just think it's great. So it is rectangles and squares, and I am just using some chunky glitter glaze. Now this chunky glitter glaze is just like regular glitter glaze, except it's got big hunks of glitter in it. So it's got these big blue hexagons. I am using a glitter glaze palette knife. What that means is it's a palette knife that I only use for glitter glaze, because glitter sticks to everything and it stays. No matter how much you wash it off, it'll be there. And it doesn't even have to be glitter glaze that sticks to you. I come home from work and I am covered in glitter from head to toe because there is a lot of glitter in Christmas decorations, let me tell you. So now that I have this down, and I've kind of stenciled where the hexagons are in the sketch, I am going to figure out my photos. So, like I said, I knew that this was not going to be the layout for the Legos, the Lego sign. This was definitely going to be stars, or Star Wars. So I'm flipping through my Disney pictures, trying to find a horizontal or a landscape photo. I don't find one that I want to use, so I pull out these two photos. Now this is during the rise of the Resistance. You can kind of see the little droid at the bottom that basically is like your guide and how he moves around your ride car. And up in the spaceship window is Kylo Ren, and he's, evilly plotting your demise. So I am going to pop these up on some fun foam, and this is where I'm going to bring in that silver star vellum. So I really am only using a tiny little bit of vellum on this layout. The good thing about the Mixed Media Mayhem recipe challenges is it doesn't give you an amount, it just tells you to do it or to use that item. So I'm using a 4.5 by 6.5 inch piece of the star vellum, and I'm doing that to highlight one of the photos. Now I have significantly layered these photos on top of each other because they're basically the same photo. The photo on the right, the only real difference is you can't see like the outside spaceships as well. But you know what? It's fine. Like, I think cutting down what you see on that left-hand photo brings your eye to those outside spaceships. And I know that that sounds weird, and you would think that since it's got outside spaceships in its window that I would want that as the top photo. But I don't think it draws your eye like it does the way it is now. So I am pulling out some chipboard pieces and layering up. I've got this Polaroid frame that I am just going to layer up and place over here on the left-hand side, very similar to that journaling block that is in the sketch. And then I'm going to also add some more decorative bits. So I was doing a "You're the Best" sticker here as kind of tongue-in-cheek, but I really didn't know where I was going with my title yet. So I wanted to pop on some more little orangey bits because there are orangey bits poking out throughout the background paper. So I felt like we needed a little bit more orangey bits in our lives. Now I am looking at my thickers. I'm trying to figure out if there's a title option. I'm just kind of staring at the layout going, what in the heck am I going to do here? And what in the heck am I going to do here? I'm trying to figure out something witty and cute to go along the lines of "You're the best." However, my brain is not functioning at 100% right now, so I don't. I end up pulling out these white foam letter stickers, and I'm going to place them on top of the frame. And then I'm going to ever so carefully peel off that orange "You're the best" sticker and place it up here on top of the word "bad." So I have the sticker up here, and then I take a black Muji pen and write "at being." So the title is now "You're the best at being bad." Do I really think Kylo Ren is the best villain in Star Wars? No. But you know what? It makes for a cute layout, and that's all that matters. And the Rise of the Resistance was so immersive that it felt like he was a really bad villain right in that moment. So we're going with it. So then I just journal. Kylo Ren is plotting during the Rise of the Resistance. Not a whole heck of a lot to say about that. And now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, you know what? It needs something else, because there's not enough sparkle and there's not enough ink and there's not enough everything on this page. So I have these rhinestones, and they are in an adhesive line, and I just decide to place them on 3 spots on the layout. So one on the borders, and then one at the top and the bottom of the white paper. And then that is going to do it for this layout, you guys. Please check out the Mixed Media Mayhem Facebook group. Also check out the Scrapping Reflections Facebook group. That's where you will find the Follow a Sketch Friday sketch for this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys again real soon for another video.